What's going down in my kitchen today? I am making homemade cream-filled donuts. Now years ago I've made y'all a donut that had the holes in them, okay? Today we're going to fill those donuts with a cream filling that came from one of my subscribers, Helen. She sent me an email and she sent me this recipe saying it rivals Krispy Kreme donuts. Okay, we're going to see about that. Now, she said that since my husband loves cream filling desserts, I should give this a try. And I will. I'm going to make them and I'm going to have my husband try them. To start making our donuts, we need to activate our yeast. I have a 1/4 cup of warm water and you want it to be about 105 degrees. So anywhere between 100 and 110, but 105 degrees is ideal. If you don't have a thermometer, then you can just feel it nice and warm. What you need to activate it. So I'm just using active dry yeast. And you need 4½ teaspoons. You can also use 2 packets will equal the yeast here. I am using my stand mixer. First thing we're going to do is add our 1/4 cup of warm water. We're going to sprinkle our active dry yeast on top. Yeast loves sugar. I've got 1 teaspoon of sugar here that I'm just going to sprinkle on top of the yeast. I'm going to take my whisk and I'm just going to blend this together. Just going to kind of push the yeast in. Okay, we're going to allow the yeast to sit for 5 minutes and it's going to bloom and get nice and foamy. I'll be back when that happens. We can see that that yeast has bloomed. What we're going to do is start adding our other ingredients. 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. 1½ cups of warm milk. You just want to bring this to room temperature. I put it in the microwave for just about 40 seconds to warm it up, get the chill off of it. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1/3 cup of vegetable shortening. 2 eggs that we brought to room temperature. Got all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 2 cups to the mixture here. So you just want to scoop, take the back edge of your knife and even it out, and then add that. Now I'm using 1/2 cup here, so I'm going to do it 3 more times. Now I have my dough hook attached, so we're going to go ahead and place this on a low setting for about 1 minute. All we're wanting to do at this point is just incorporate the flour into the yeast mixture here. We're going to start incorporating 3 cups of flour into our mixture here, 1/2 cup at a time. I'm going to add my last scoop of flour. And then what I'm going to do is just take a spatula and just go down the sides and push down any of that flour. And then we'll start incorporating the last of the flour. Okay, we've got all of the flour incorporated. What we're going to do, I can knead this in the machine at a higher speed for about 5 minutes until it looks like a nice smooth ball of dough, or you can take it out at this stage and put it on a floured surface and then you can knead it, but you'll have to knead it for about 10 minutes to get that nice smooth ball of dough. Okay, all of our dough has come together. Now along the way I did add about 1/2 cup of extra flour just to kind of pull it all together, because after the 5 minutes there was still some dough around the edges here, so I added some more flour. And then I gave it another 2-minute knead time and it brought it all together right here. Now I'm just using a large bowl. What I'm going to do is add just a little bit of some oil. And then I'm just going to take some paper towels, or you can use your hand, and I'm going to oil the whole bowl all the way up the sides. Then I'm going to place my dough that I have right here into the bowl. Use my dough scraper here to get it all out. Just going to place it into the center of my bowl. Put a little bit more oil on top of the dough. And then just cover the dough with it. What I'm going to do is take some plastic wrap and cover the bowl with it. It works really well when I do this. Now what I want it to do is rise about double its size. So I'm going to put this in just a nice warm place. If you have a nice warm countertop, what I like to do is just place it into my microwave. It just keeps it away from everything. I don't turn it on or anything. And then I'm going to check on it in 1 hour and see where we're at. At this point, while my dough is rising, what I'm going to do is go ahead and make the cream filling. That way it could just kind of sit on the counter. Now this recipe came from Helen, and this is her recipe that she gave us to try. What we're going to need: white granulated sugar, got some water back here, some vegetable oil, some Crisco shortening, that's just vegetable shortening. We've got a stick of butter that we brought to room temperature. We've got vanilla, and then you need a whole lot of powdered sugar. On my stovetop, I've got my heat over a medium. I'm going to place a small saucepan. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of water. Okay, we're going to stir the two ingredients together until the sugar has dissolved and it comes to a boil. Now Helen, that's her recipe right here. She said this is so much better than anything you can buy in the store. It doesn't have any preservatives, no additives in it. Once you start seeing that boil right there, go ahead and turn off your heat. What we want to do is cool this down completely. I've cooled down the sugar water. I just put it into a measuring glass here, and then I just put it next to a fan to cool it down quicker. I'm just going to add it to a large bowl. Get all that out of there. To that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We want to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to blend this together. I'm just going to use my spatula here. I've got a full stick of butter. Now I brought this to room temperature. It's 1/2 cup. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of Crisco shortening. I'm going to take my electric hand mixer. We're going to beat this until it's nice and smooth. Now go into it every now and then with your spatula and pull down the sides so we can get it all mixed together. Look at how smooth that is. That's what we're looking for right there. What we're going to do is add 4 to 4.5 cups of powdered sugar to this. I have 2 spoons. Guess who's going to try it with me? Give it a little taste. We know it's going to be good, but you know, we need a snack. Mmm.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. That tastes delicious.
That's good.
It needs a donut wrapped around it.
Yeah, just give me the bowl.
Let's go get our dough. Yeah, that's what happened. I think it tripled in size. And the oil on the dough helps keep that plastic from sticking. There we go. Okay, look at that. Yep, bouncy back. I'm going to poke it a few times to get the dough to come down a little bit. All right, just got my dough scraper here. Just gonna go along the edges. What you wanna do is pour your dough out of your bowl and place it on either a floured work surface, or I have a silicone mat here and I won't need flour for that. All we have to do right now is roll this out 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch thick.
That's some good looking dough there.
Yeah. Now before you start cutting them out, make sure you have a sheet pan right next to it with some parchment paper or lightly floured. And what I'm going to do is just take, now this is just a biscuit cutter about 3 inches, and I'm just going to start cutting my circles so it'll look like that. Now if you don't have a biscuit cutter or a cookie cutter in the shape of a circle, you can use the back end of a glass and do the same thing. I'm going to say about 1 inch between them so they can grow. Okay, now you can place your kitchen towel over these, or you can take some plastic wrap, and it's going to take about 20 minutes for them to do a second rise. I'm getting my oil ready while my donuts are rising for the second time, and I've put about 3 to 4 cups of some Crisco shortening. Now I really love using this for anything that we're frying. Now I'm just using my Dutch oven, or you can use Crisco oil if you want to do that. I've got this on a 300 heat right now, as you can see right here. Once we get everything melted and the donuts are ready to go in, I'm going to put it to a 350, and then I'm just going to take a thermometer, just test the oil, make sure we're at 350, and then I'm going to start placing the donuts in. Okay, once your oil is ready, you want to make sure that you have some tools ready to flip over your donuts when they're in the oil. I've got a spider tool here, or you could use some chopsticks. I've got a sheet pan lined with some foil, and then I've got a rack on top of that. So when we take the donuts out of the oil, they can go right on the rack here so they can drain. Now they come out, look at these right here, nice and ballooned up. So we're going to go ahead now and start laying our donuts, little pockets of goodness here, into our oil. Now you want to be very careful, and then just drop it in. Now once they go in the oil, leave them alone for about 2 to 3 minutes until you get a nice golden color on the back side, and then we're going to flip them over. It'll take about 2 to 3 minutes. Now don't overcrowd your pan. Now since I'm using my cast iron Dutch oven here, I'm going to put 4 in there. Give them room to move around, and then you can flip them. There we go. Just keep an eye on them, and then you get to that color that you're looking for. It's a nice golden brown like that there. So we're going to flip that over. Oh yeah, look at those.
Look like donuts.
Oh my, don't they? All right, we'll give that one just a few more seconds.
Maybe I need to go put my sweatpants on.
Uh-oh. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yes, it is.
A weekend and a lot of cream-filled donuts. I need to find out where my subscriber lives. Where are you, Helen? We're going to ship you some donuts. If there's any left. Oh, they're so puffy. Look at that. Look at how thick those are. Wow, nice. Let's see what this one's looking like. Yep, turn that one over. There we go. Give them just a couple of minutes. Keep an eye on them. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. Yep. All right. So I'm just going to use my chopsticks to help get it on there. Just tap off the excess grease. There we go. Now that the donuts have cooled down just a little bit to where we can touch them, I'm just going to take like a chopstick, and then I'm going to poke a hole into my donut, just kind of work my way into it to get it started. About 3/4 of the way to the back side of the donut. Now what I did was I put my filling into my bag here. I'm just going to twist it. I'm just going to cut off the tip. So I'm going to take the donut with the hole. I'm going to place the piping bag into it all the way as far down as you can get it. And we're just going to squeeze until it comes right there. Now you can even use a Ziploc bag to put your filling in and do this with. Find where you've made the hole. Make sure that your frosting is at the tip and you have a nice firm push on it as you're going in, okay? So keep it all firm. Push all the way to about halfway through. Start squeezing. Keep squeezing until it comes out where the hole is. That way you can assure you have a nice amount of filling in there. Let me tell you how many this made. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 2 dozen. Okay, look at these. Oh, do you see that cream from one end to the other? Okay, I have my taste tester here, Thomas, my husband. He's ready.
Yes, I am.
Here's mine.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to swap that out. There we go. That's better.
I'm diving in, you guys.
Give me.
So worth it. Oh, if you smell our house right now.
Mm-hmm. You went way back there, too. Look at
Oh, yeah. I took that cream and just pushed it all the way through the whole donut.
that. Oh, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Light and fluffy.
I don't know who's going to end the show. Because we're fixing to take these and like head on out the door.
Go sit in the car and eat them.
Fixing to go turn the TV on. Call it a day.
Mm.
What do you think?
They're good.
Light, fluffy. There's like a, I swear there's like a little crispy texture on the outside. Just very light. It's golden brown on all sides. Y'all keep an eye on these. They're so worth it. You can make so many and then not have to worry about it.
Yep.
You'll have them all coming to your house for a donut.
So let me know what time to be there.
Yeah. There's enough cream in here. You don't need to ice the top of these if you
No.
don't want to.
You could, though.
Yeah. But it's sweet enough.
Like me.
All right. Thumbs up on these, you guys. Comment down below what you think. What are you going to put in your donuts? If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll always know when my shows are posted. Let's say I'm on Facebook, and my recipe blog is www.catherinesplates.com. I will see you on the next episode.
Bye.